This morning, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to tell you about failure. All right? We talk about success. We talk about getting better. Today, we're going to talk about what does not work. This study was about bringing in 10 people. Small study, small sample size. They had a placebo. 10 people, 5 women, 5 men, okay? What they wanted to see, average age was 67 years, all right, plus or minus 3 years. So you've had some that maybe have been 64, and then maybe some that were 69. I'm not good at math. I try. So what they did was they brought these folks in and they put them on a treadmill. And they let them walk for a certain period of time. During that time that they were walking, these researchers wanted to try to trip them up. So at different points, they would stop and start the treadmill. And it would be for different lengths. You may walk for 10 seconds and then get a start and stop. And what their goal, the researchers' goal, what they were trying to find out is if we do one session of this balance stumbling training, will that improve their balance when we test them afterwards? So they test their balance before, they do this little session where they're walking on the treadmill, they stop the treadmill 32 times at different points, and then they test their balance again. Are they better? That was the goal. Now, in the training group, the participants exhibited significant immediate and sustained improvements in their increase in minimum of margin stability. So what that means is as they're walking, right, and you can imagine walking on a treadmill and then it stops and then starts again, not a whole lot, right, involved as far as curves and external variables, curbs, grass, change of surface, height change of surface. It's just a flat treadmill. You guys know, we've all been on a treadmill. And so what they noticed is that there were significant and immediate sustained improvements. So these guys got used to it. They got comfortable. They could anticipate it, that it was coming. How many of you can anticipate a fall? You're walking and you just think, yeah, I'm about to fall. If we could, there would be no such program as Balance University. Now here's the results. After they took them off that treadmill, in conclusion, a single session of reactive balance control. They got funky with the wording. Let me tell you, you got to watch these researchers. In a single session of reactive balance control training, the control, let's see. So reactive balance control was improved by the magnitude of post-proprioception responses, but it did not significantly influence the speed of recovery to the baseline. That was very silly the way they worded that. So I read that 3-4 times. I even read that to my wife and I said, does this seem kind of funky wording to you, the way they're putting this? Researchers, if they're looking for an outcome, they're going to do everything they can to find that outcome, right? So I'm assuming that they thought that this was going to improve their balance and their reaction time significantly. It did not. And so I went back, and one thing I learned when I was a sophomore in high school, this is noted by my father. He says that when I started taking debate, it was over. Couldn't argue with me. Because I learned, if you're an attorney, if you're in debate, whoever provides the definition of a word, that's the definition you will use for the trial, for the debate. So I'm looking here, and we all know definitions of words matter, right? The definitions, what's the definition of is? We can all remember that one. So I went back and looked. In conclusion, single session proprioception enhanced reactive balance control by improving the magnitude of post-proprioception responses. It did not significantly influence the speed of recovery to the baseline. So the key word there, where's it at? Baseline condition. Did I read? Hold on, hang on, stick with me. Improve the magnitude. Okay, magnitude. That's the key word. I'm sorry, got stumbled up there. I was thinking something else. So it didn't improve the magnitude of post-proprioception responses. So we're looking at the word magnitude. We all think we know what the word magnitude means, right? And so I'm thinking quantity. Well, the definition they used was the importance of quality and the caliber of something. So my point is this. They worded it a little funky. Do a little research. You can dig and decipher what they really mean. And at the end of the day, a single session of balance training is not going to help you improve your balance or help you prevent falls. What do we always say in here? You cannot go more than 2 days without doing something. Walking is including in that, okay? Try to do something every day. Improving your balance, preventing falls is like learning a foreign language. You have to be consistent with it, okay? And that's the point I was trying to make. So, again, we usually don't talk about failure, but we see through the research that you have to continue to come to Balance University. That's my point. Let's go. All right, let's have you stand and go behind your chair. A little long-winded there, but we got there.